Hello, Capricorn. This is your love and relationship reading for January 2018. Okay, so I'm going to cut the cards in just a few more seconds. The first card is an Eight of Cups reversed. This is a Ten of Swords. I have the Moon. This is a Nine of Wands. This is an Eight of Wands. An Ace of Wands. Interesting. This is a King of Wands. I have a Two of Pentacles. Then I have Five of Wands. This is interesting. Why are you surrounded by all these wands? Out of the 9 cards, 5 are wands, changes and transformations. As you know, wands represent fire. So when fire comes, and when it burns, everything it touches, it changes. Fire is also very quick. Sudden surprises, things happening out of nowhere, big adjustments. But it's also about being bold and courageous and enforcing. It's about your will and your intent. It's a very, wands can be very, not aggressive, but wands are about determination and facing conflicts and not being afraid to go right into the conflict here. So, yeah, lots of fire around you, which indicates, Capricorn, that this month for love, lots of little roadblocks or speed bumps, but there's still a positive transformation happening. Lots of shifts, okay? And don't be afraid of those shifts, because looking at your first 3 cards, which are associated with the past influence, things are a little rough for you here. You have an Eight of Cups reversed, then you go to a Ten of Swords, and then you go to the Moon. So emotionally, I get the feeling that some of you are a little, I get the feeling that some of you are a little bruised, broken and bruised, coming into January. And I know that in your 2018 reading, some of you are actually dealing with the Tower and the World and the Wheel. And those 3 cards are also about big changes and shifts. So I do think it's interesting. I do not see any major arcana cards except for the Moon. Got these 5 wands, and then you've got these Two of Pentacles here. This is about being busy, being focused, juggling 2 jobs, juggling 2 relationships. Sometimes it can mean taking on more responsibilities and more obligations, and you're just trying to keep everything together and trying to keep everything balanced. But it still seems to be bringing a little bit of conflict here with this King of Wands and Five of Wands. Apparently the king, whoever this represents, it could be an actual person some of you are partnered with. This person seems to have issues with you juggling and balancing and trying to make time or trying to commit to the relationship. So it seems to be a little bit of a conflict that's coming up in your future. But no major arcana except the moon. And this is sort of like a heads up for danger. Your subconscious kicks in. Your subconscious holds all past experiences, everything that has influenced you as a child, your patterns in family, your emotional patterns in family relationships, personal relationships, work relationships. When the moon comes along, this is sort of like your subconscious saying, be alert. There could be something, there could be some real issues up ahead. Protect yourself, keep your counsel. Okay? And it can bring a lot of anxiety as well. You know, you're paying attention to that red flag going up to sort of alert you to, you know what, I have felt this way before. When did I feel this way? Oh, it was the last time my boyfriend cheated on me or my girlfriend cheated on me. That's kind of some of what the energy of the moon is about. Your subconscious ringing alarm bells. So when you look here in your past influences, that Eight of Cups is reversed. And when the Eight of Cups is reversed, it means we're holding on to a lot of things that are not for our own good. Okay? It's about missing an opportunity for success, to be able to move on. You stay in the same place. You keep waiting for that person. You keep giving away your power. And keep in mind, this Eight of Cups also has that moon. They both have that crescent moon. But keep in mind, these are both about the subconscious here. The Eight of Cups is about following our need to emotionally let go, to do some soul searching, to look for something better. Okay? We're listening to what our gut feeling is telling us. And even though we might not feel it's good to leave something behind or take some space, deep down we know that we have no choice, because we have to be safe. We have to be in an emotionally safe place. Okay? And sometimes that's when the Eight of Cups comes along, but this is reversed. So we're still holding on with this Ten of Swords. We're keeping ourselves in an emotionally draining, toxic situation. And that's when, once again, we need to listen to our gut here. We need to see that this is not okay for us. So that's when we get here to all of these wands. The Nine of Wands is actually picking up from where the moon is. And she actually has a wand as well, because wands are about, once again, she's holding that torch. She's using the torch so that she can see. So she has this wand, she has this fire. She's learning her mistakes from the past. She's like, never again. And then we have this lovely shift of energy here to where this Eight of Wands comes along. And this is your other eight. You have an Eight of Cups here, and then an Eight of Wands here. Now we are, this Eight of Wands can be a surprise message. I feel like it's going to be a pleasant surprise. I feel like for some of you Capricorns who are coming into 2018 a little bruised and battered, you've got some soul searching to do about this relationship. When we get here to the Nine of Wands, you're learning from these mistakes. Eight of Wands comes along. This could actually mean travel. It's about manifestation. It's about picking yourself up and saying, you know what, I'm going to be okay, but I'm getting away from this person. I'm getting away from the lies. I'm getting away from the game playing. And that certainly could be the case for some of you. So this Eight of Wands, it's like, if you want to make it happen, let's make it happen. Okay. But it can also mean traveling for business or pleasure, a long distance travel. And that's when we come to this Ace of Wands, a joy of life, happiness. You're coming out of the abyss and you're coming into a more positive situation, the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. And so some of this Wands energy, yes, it might actually have to do with a King of Wands. I get the feeling some of you, whether this is an actual person who is a fire sign, I get the general impression that some of you made a connection here with this King of Wands, somewhere around this Eight of Wands and Ace of Wands. Very pleasant visit, being together. But then in the future, once again, I see some issues where maybe you and the King of Wands are not on the same page as far as what you're giving up in your life or your relationships, because after this King of Wands and you're over here juggling these two coins, then we have a Five of Wands. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a hostile argument or disagreement. This Five of Wands can mean wrong time, wrong place. This is also the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. What they have in common is this need to face chaos, keep things in order. So the Two of Pentacles is you juggling, trying to keep things in order, trying to commit to a relationship, or you started a new relationship. But Five of Wands comes along and the juggling starts to get a little bit speedier, and you find it's a little bit hectic, trying to keep everything, you know, to understand where this relationship is going, and then obligations in your other life. And some of you could actually be in a situation where you're choosing between two people. And that certainly could be an interesting scenario where you don't know if you want to go back to someone or move forward with someone. And it's causing a lot of issues and disagreements here. So let's look at your outcome card. Okay. Your outcome card is a Two of Cups. Oh, wow. So out of the chaos, some of you might actually get to a great head start. If you've broken up, or if you are sort of transitioning to a new relationship, going out and meeting people, it feels as if you're coming out of a slump here. And sort of getting back on track as far as your love life. After you sort out the chaos of the Five of Wands, and actually all of these wands that are bringing changes and new opportunities, you're going to get to a good place with this Two of Cups. Okay. Definitely as far as being detached and sort of reconnecting with your emotions and being able to trust again. I definitely get that sense when the Two of Cups shows up here. That, and like I said, I do sense that there's some of you who are actually trying to decide between two people, or you might be in a love triangle and one person can't make a decision. So either way, when we get to this Two of Cups, it looks like someone is going to follow their heart for sure, and it's probably you. So Capricorn, that was your reading. A reminder, my Grand Romany reading, it's a 21 card spread, a very extensive reading. This is available for $30 during the holiday season. I'm extending this offer to the end of January. For those of you who are checking out my channel for the first time, you might want to go to the playlist where I also have videos for 2018 available as well, where you can check out what's going to be happening for you in the upcoming year. And that's an example of my Grand Romany. So if you've watched my 2018 readings and you're like, I think I might want to get one for myself, just for me, you might want to consider it as a Christmas gift to yourself. So, Happy New Year, and I hope you've had a wonderful holiday season. I look forward to doing more readings this year, and I appreciate everyone's support. As always, my regular customers, thank you. It's always good to hear from you. I hope I get to hear from some new people as well. So thank you so much. And of course, I wish you love and light. I will see you on YouTube, and I'll definitely be seeing you next month.